Well, hey there, folks. It's John Boy, and we're going to get into the game versus Dark for Week 3 of the Max Doubles League. So I don't have too much to go over. It was a very busy week, so I did just want to get this recording out. Speaking of unpreparedness, I was pretty unprepared for this match. I did kind of throw the Mons together very quickly. We battled very early in the week, but that's all right. Both of us were, a little rushed. But looking at his team on Dark side, I definitely knew that I would probably see the Scizor because it does pretty well against my team. So that's why I brought the Volcarona. But I see the Arctozolt and the Togekiss, and of course that Hippo that strikes fear into everyone's heart. So I'm thinking that I do need to start off with a nice fake out user. And I am expecting to see maybe an Arctozolt Togekiss lead, not only because they're right next to each other physically, but that's a pretty strong combo, is to get off some big damage and redirect any big hits. So that's why I lead with the Dugtrio and the Rillaboom, so that I can fake out the Togekiss and do that. So exact lead that I thought, and I've got my rebuttal here. So let's see what I do. I'm thinking that I went for the fake out. Yeah, okay, that's to plan. And then I go for the knockout on the Togekiss if I can, because I really want to get rid of that thing. The nice thing about this lead is that I don't really fear much from the Dracozolt. I mean, yeah, it's very powerful, but it's got an electric type stab that's not really going to hurt either of the Mons on the field. Now, Dugtrio is pretty frail, but, I'm hoping to get out a nice clean knockout here on the Togekiss. Of course, the Dynamax comes out. A little unexpected, I guess, but then again, first turn maxes are fairly common. And I see that guy come out. So here I'm thinking that I can possibly get off. Now, that was a great move, predicting my fake out, getting off some big damage there. So I do go for the Steel Spike, and I do knock out the Togekiss, which is really nice. And I put up a defense boost, so hopefully that can neutralize the Helping Hand help. So we did get a max Wormwind there. That lowers my attack. So that is not super great for a physical side. See the leftovers come out here. But I do come off fairly cleanly on this first turn. I have the defense boost, but of course I have the attack depletion, which is not nice. All right, we've got Hippowdon. That procs my Sand Force. But here I decide to stay in. I've got the Grassy Glide, so I'm thinking that I can... Oh, I don't. Oh, look at that. Okay. So I guess I decided that wasn't enough damage. My bad. And I decided to go physical attack, since I've got the Sand Force to equal out the attack drop. And then I do want to switch into my healer here, so I can heal my Dugtrio, because it's going to get some pretty big damage. I also have the ability to use Helping Hand, if I'm not mistaken. So... turn ends, not too much going on. There's a great predict somewhat, the steel type move, or the dragon type move, and that nullifies his attack. So that burns away another turn of Dynamax. So that, I ended up getting lucky on that. I didn't really expect. I kind of halfway did, but I was kind of a happy coincidence there. So of course I go to heal up my Dugtrio because I do have the defense boost. Changed the terrain here, but luckily I got off that Flora healing before the terrain switched. And I go for my Max Quake. Now, that knocks it out, which is very lucky, even with my attack drop. But again, I do have that Sand Force to nullify the attack drop, so that's really nice. So, I get that out of there. That's one of my biggest threats. And then, of course, taking down Hippowdon is going to be kind of a struggle here. Now, I am hoping to get out my Rillaboom. If I remember correctly, what I was going for was to get out the Rillaboom so I can take down that Hippowdon. Here, I'm thinking that my healer is going to go down. So I just want to get off as much damage as I can. In the back, I... have Rillaboom and Volcarona, which are the 2 Mons that I need to really knock these 2 out. So I'm hoping that actually both of my Mons go down. Now, I did kind of, want to keep Alolan Dugtrio alive so it could get off some damage. But I did want to stall out or really just kind of scope out what's going on here. So I do get rid of one of my Mons. I was thinking that there was going to be a ground type attack into Alolan Dugtrio since it's so frail now. But then I do get to change the terrain back. And there we go. So I'm hoping to get some big hits off into Hippowdon. Here I go for the double switch to get my Volcarona in. So I don't think he's going to be expecting that. And then I just go for some damage here. So this is sped up, but still taking a little bit of time. So Dugtrio comes back. Out comes my Buggy. So there I don't get any sort of bullet punch or anything like that. And then I do take a clean high horsepower. It's kind of lame. I would have thought that Hippowdon would have protected that turn instead. So that's why I went with Fake Out onto the Scizor. But it went for the attack. So that was a pretty good predict on his end, if it was a predict. Because, what was stopping me from Grassy Glide? Okay, this turn protects and goes for the Bullet Punch. That's what I thought he was going to do last turn. So then, predictably, I go into the Grassy Glide, and it doesn't get off, so that's too bad. So here, he is down a Protect, so I think I can hit the Hippowdon with a Grassy Glide, and then I believe... Yes, I double up to it into it because I want to get rid of that Hippowdon. So let us see how this goes. Has the Grass Berry. Pretty good damage for the most part. Very bulky. And then I get off the high horsepower. Misses the double Wing Beat. And then gets off an attack on me. Now, since that's not stab, that doesn't do too much damage. And we're on to turn 2. Now I'm thinking, well, he's probably going to go for the Protect since he's getting some HP back. So I'm hoping of going into the Scizor here. Now, just in case doesn't Protect, I didn't want to, miss that. So I went for the Grassy Glide. High horsepower does a pretty good chunk, misses that dual Wing Beat again, which is unfortunate. So here we are again. I still have a turn of grassy terrain. So hopefully I can knock out this Hippowdon now and get the KO with the high horsepower. So yeah, don't debate there, Johnny. Come on. Well, he gets the double Protect. Pretty nice. Although that kind of makes up for the dual Wing Beat, I suppose. We get a crit here, which is okay. So that was that made up for the dual Wing Beat and then some. Get the double Protect and the crit on the dual Wing Beat. It's a non-stab, so And then I've only got my Bugly left. Now I'm pretty sure that this can use. I'm within Bullet Punch range, so that's why I go for the Ally Switch here. And I know that my Volcarona is going to be faster than the Hippowdon, so I go for that. And just as I had thought, I went for the Bullet Punch into my Dugtrio, and then I go for the Fiery Dance here. So that was pretty clean. That was a crit, I guess, and I get the special attack boost, which is nice, I guess. I'm pretty sure the Hippowdon, it goes right into my Bugly. But luckily, I do get the burn, which is nice. But I think even at this range, Dugtrio is so frail that if I take an attack from this Hippowdon, which is pretty good attack, I'm gonna lose it. So I go for my stab high horsepower, hoping that I can get it, but it does hit his, and I go down, unfortunately. So that was game 1, fairly close. A few mistakes here and there. I got the good predict on the Comfey and stuff like that, but kind of a wild last few turns with the dual Wing Beat. If those had hit, I don't know how that would have gone, if one hit would have just gotten off. But here I go for a similar composition, just to, kind of keep with that, because my thought was the same, that if I can get rid of that Hippowdon, I'll be pretty good, and then I know to look for the Steelix. My lead here is not very good at all. I just wanted to go for the Aurorus to get the round. I did not predict that Steelix would come out first, so I have to switch around here. My main strategy for that was to use round on the Arctozolt, because I probably thought he would lead with the Arctozolt first. I had kind of predicted the Togekiss. I know that didn't work out last time, but I just thought that he would want to go for that big damage and kind of get that off. But that makes a lot of sense that Steelix came out, or Scizor came out first. Here, the Scizor is actually the one that maxes, which is pretty cool. I did not expect that. I thought it would gonna be the Dracozolt, but it goes for a Protect, and then we see, just a little bit of damage coming out here. So nice prediction there. Makes a lot of sense. And then we go for the Max Steel Spike. So, of course, I switched out, but the defense goes up, and of course, I'm pretty physically offensive on my side, so he's in a pretty good position right now. So, well, I go for the Max Steel Spike to get a defense boost against all these defensive things, and then also, I did kind of see a switch coming. So luckily, Togekiss was the one that did come in, so I am able to knock it out, which is really nice. Did not know that would be the switch in, but I was thinking that there would be a switch since I had so much offensive pressure from the Doug trio. Here we come with a max flying move, and I go down because there is a lot of bulk. So now the Scizor isn't super fast. It does have a speed boost and a defense boost. But still, a sizable threat. So I go ahead and come out with the Volcarona, and we see the Sandstream. So again, I've got my Sand Force active, so I'm not too afraid of attacking it. And here, since I've got the Focus Sash, but of course, Sand is up, I'm not super confident, so I know I wanted to go and get my defense up on the Alolan Doug trio. And then, I would think that there might be a max guard, but I didn't think he would want to squander his last turn, so I do go for the Fiery Dance. Now, that actually is not a Focus Sash, which is pretty funny. I think it lives on like 2 HP or something, or 1 HP if I remember right. But super duper close there. But then I get knocked out by the Hippowdon, which is unfortunate. So that's how that goes. And then I've got my Aurorus left. So with the Aurorus here, I am hoping to go for my original round strategy. I was worried about the Arctozolt, so here I just go for the round, which if you don't know how round works, once one round goes, the second one goes right after, which is really nice. But with the Rock Slide, which was kind of an unexpected move on Dracozolt, I do get the flinch, and unfortunately, I'm kind of donezo. I have my doubts here, but I still go for the attack, but of course I get outsped and taken down. But anyway, that's the match. I hope you guys enjoyed, and happy gaming.